Is it possible to become a GTA 6 mapper in just 24 hours? The GTA 6 mapping project is one of the most fascinating topics surrounding the game. It's well known for being incredibly complex with more than 10,000 members in the community, and overall there are hundreds of videos on it. But despite this, none of them get involved, so I joined as a beginner to find out more. And this is how it went. The story begins with a simple search for the mapping community Discord. From the outside, it seems like embarking into a new world, full of super intelligent GTA 6 masterminds, obsessed with every road, building and pixel of this ever-growing map, and just hungry to complete the project before November 19th, 2026. Whilst there is an element of truth in all of this, from the inside, it's just another Discord server. So as with all Discord servers, I think it's important we read the rules first. Oh, here we go. How are roles obtained? Roles are provided to users based on their contributions and its respective type. How can I contribute? Providing a meaningful discovery to role assignment. Right, I don't think this is going to be easy. Recommended mapping tools. That will probably prove useful. Let's have a look here. Haha. Now those last two is what I can get behind. So useful information, 1 unit equals 1 meter. To put it simply, GTA 6 is built using the Rage engine, which uses the same units as GTA 5 and RDR2. And because the leaks had coordinates, mappers have used these to get an accurate size of the GTA 6 map. But with the rules out of the way, it was time to get down to business. What is the easiest way to become a mapper? Oh, so the leader of the mapping community has responded. Introducing Yanis, a main contributor to the GTA 6 mapping project, who's responsible for drawing and placing things on the map. And you may recognise his name because the map is quite literally named after him. Oh, here we go. This is what we read earlier, what Yanis said, and you can check out bounties, but honestly, they're really hard to find. More chances when a new info drop happens. Eleanor Demona. Well, you are so late to the party that if there were indeed low-hanging fruits, everyone already picked them. I'm not liking this so far. It was clear that I wasn't exactly off to a flying start, and this was further reinforced after I asked for the mapper role without doing any work at all. However, following my strange introduction, a mapper by the name of Flankster offered me some much needed help. Make a post on role assignment saying they should move Leonida prison 1 meter to the left, then you'll get it. So with my newfound advice, I got straight to work. And honestly, I felt very confident because this seemed easy. There was no chance I was failing the challenge and doing a dreaded face reveal. But unfortunately, nothing could prepare me for what happened next. Okay, so I managed to find a downloadable version of the map. So, what did the guy say? Something about the prison? Ah, that's the one. So make sure we get some good screenshots of this, just so that they know we're serious about all of this sort of stuff. I appreciate that guy though. I appreciate that guy giving me valuable advice to try get the mapper role. Obviously everyone else just started having a go at me, so that's good. Yeah, that looks good. So new post. Happy mapping. What happened there? Did they kick me? I think they just kicked me from the Discord. To my dismay, I got banned instantly from the mapping server. Whether it was my blind trust or plain ignorance is a mystery. But in all seriousness, this was a massive setback. And to make matters worse, they evidently weren't fond of letting me back in. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. They probably thought they could get away with it a bit more because they were friends with Yanis. By the way, I don't really know Yanis. I've given him credit in the previous video and that's about it. They basically joined and immediately started trolling. Between the obnoxious amount of bullshit in their first 10 messages, their clear intent to disrupt the server, and their misuse of role assignment, it would have set a horrible example on the server if I did not take action because of their association with a key member. I already gave them a lot more discretion than I should and usually do. I think it's safe to say we're not welcome on the mapping server anymore. To be honest with you, I wanted to give up. Only 30 minutes in, I'd been banned from the mapping project. It felt like the challenge was already over, but it just wasn't meant to be. But as a last resort, I decided to message one of the mapping veterans. Let's call them John. To my surprise, John actually offered to help me. So together, we came up with a cunning new plan, motivated by revenge. Alright, let's make a new account. So, what's the most inconspicuous name? Lucia's biggest fan. Available. Alrighty, so we're back again, and we're going to join the GTA 6 mapping server. Here goes nothing. Yes! We're in! So our new name for this undercover operation is Alonzo. Currently, we're around 3.5 hours into the challenge. But I do have to say, so far it doesn't feel like we've done a whole lot of actual mapping. It was time to actually do some work. So I began by looking at a ton of the bounties and weighing up my options. But just like I was told earlier, every one of them appeared impossibly hard. To give an example, the mapping community has been looking for Jason's house, and after months of searching Florida, still nobody has found it. Naturally, I quickly began to realise that I didn't have a clue about what I was doing, but luckily some others didn't either. Have a look at this one from Crocodile Water. He's saying this shot is in Mozambique. Apparently Rockstar travelled to Mozambique for this one house. How interesting. Despite all of this, after an hour of reading through, I finally settled on one of the bounties. Identify this white structure in Ambrosia. So I know from the overanalyzing video that this is the Hendry County Motorsports Park. And so this is the part in question, I believe. Can somebody help me with this one? Do you know the general area in real life? I believe it's next to Hendry Motorsport Park. And how do we know the train track runs through there? After my call for help, I received some interesting messages to say the least. However, I discovered two important facts. Firstly, Rockstar did the scouting for GTA 6 between 2014 and 2020. And secondly, Ambrosia is likely modelled on Clewiston. So with that in mind, I opened Google Maps and got searching. I didn't really have a plan, so I followed roads upon roads upon roads, just aimlessly looking for this white structure. But then, I finally found something. Here we go, Burma Spice. Gourmet exotic spices. Interesting. It was sad to say that I most definitely was not on the right track. But still, I continued on for 5 more hours, scouring as much of Clewiston as humanly possible. Well, without physically going there. What's the point? I've been searching for hours. I don't even know what I'm searching for anymore. This is a sign of my journey so far. I've stumbled across a flipping graveyard. Needless to say, it was dead. It just felt as though I didn't know how to progress. But time was ticking and I still had so many unanswered questions. So I got in contact with the master analyst and the guy who specialises in finding GTA 6 locations in real life.
Hello, my name is Saukko. I have been mapping the GTA 6 map for about 2 years now, so I know the ins and outs of the GTA 6 mapping project.
One question I did have, obviously I'm sure you use like Google Earth and Google Maps. Do you just go through every single road in Florida or do you have some sort of strategy or plan?
It requires a lot of intuition to know where Rockstar has taken things from. Of course, we first search things that are near things we have already identified, but some people go to the extent that they just start going through highways and just end up finding a random gas station, which we hadn't found yet.
So back to the original point now. You've been mapping GTA 6 for over 2 years at this point, but of course we all have to start somewhere. So what advice do you have for new people looking to get involved with the mapping project?
Of course, you should always, like when you join a new Discord server or like a community, lurk what people do on the server and how we communicate. Read the rules, check out the channels. We have all of the trailer scenes and screenshots on their own channel, scene by scene. You said about reading the rules and looking at the resources that are available. So is it more a case of studying those first and interacting with other people before actually trying to attempt to find something new? Yeah, it's about that too. But of course, you need to know what already has been discovered. so that you don't waste your own time or anyone else's time either.
Ultimately, the mapping project is incredibly complex. So, what other strategies are you guys using to develop the map?
Well, the most complex bit is, of course, trying to find out where buildings or things we have found from real life are on the GTA 6 map. So our main tool for that is triangulation. So if we see a building from 2 or more images, we can determine where the building is if we know where the cameras for the images are located.
So I take it without the triangulations, you just have a warped perception of distance and everything relative to one another, right?
Yeah, of course, because we are not perfect computers and we cannot know where everything is. As most scenes and pictures from the game have different FOVs and different camera orientations, it's hard to estimate where things are. Of course, we have the leaks, which give us accurate information, and we can, from that, mathematically determine where things are on the map.
Overall, what do you think the chances are of me getting unbanned?
Well, if you act nice and avoid trolling and read the rules, wait for a while, you might be able to be unbanned. Maybe. Possibly. Perhaps.
But what Salco didn't know is that the plan was already in motion. My job was simple: stay active in the Discord so that any findings would look believable. Meanwhile, John was working behind the scenes to provide a brand new discovery. So the only thing left to do was to claim the glory. I'm starting to feel the pressure now. I'm feeling a bit nervous about all of this. Projection problem T1 keys. I was reading through 316 and found that the latest projection from Rolox of the T1 key shot doesn't match the map. So I guess that's what we're going with. But now, how did I get this image? I took the last projection, but it doesn't have any reference for placing it on the map. So I supposedly took the one before that with the map and placed this one perfectly over it. After refining the post with John, it was finally time to press the button. It all boiled down to this, the singular moment of truth. Oh god, this isn't even the worst part. The worst part is when I get interrogated afterwards. Alright, let's do it, here we go. 3, 2, 1, here we go, we're doing it. Oh my god, so I've just been sat here now waiting, and our arch nemesis has commented. I'm a bit too sick to look over it right now, but Yanis, if he's right, you could give me a ping. Oh, it's happening. It's actually working. No freaking way, man. No fucking way. All right, Alonso, you got the role. Have fun in the mapping chat. Come on. Actually, no way. I can't believe it. This is insane. Oh my gosh, look at that. We've got the pink name and everything. And we got the mapper tag, the mapper role, come on. And look at that, there's our name, Alonso. We're officially GTA 6 mappers. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to know more about GTA 6, click this video here.